Zavok will let out a mighty roar as he would rip open parts of the ground, crushing things all over, charging himself up with the Emerald's power, and slamming into the walls of Imperial Tower. He would mock Sonic and his friends for being failures, for being disappointments, and that he has ultimate power, and they will all soon bow before the Deadly Six. And he will bring his Deadly Five here, and they will enact the revenge on Sonic, Eggman, and everyone else. They will destroy the world, then use Eggman's army for their own gains. Sonic is honestly shocked at all of this. He is shocked, but at the same time knew that Eggman and Zavok didn't get on well. Eggman is not pleased with Zavok, and so he ultimately declares his Egg Fleet to rain fire down below on Zavok. But Zavok straight up destroys this almost King Kong style, which I think will be a very funny reference. Sonic would, of course, be ready to tackle Zavok as he runs up Zavok to fight him off. He does manage to get a couple good hits using his homing attack, spin dash, and he avoids and even does the drop dash, which trips Zavok up a bit. However, Zavok seems a bit more overpowered as the rocky atmosphere and the terrain causes Sonic to fall over. Zavok is preparing ready to kill Sonic, stating, "I'm doing what Eggman could never do. Kill the Hedgehog. Farewell, Sonic. You have been an annoyance to me and my crew." Before Zavok lets out a mighty laugh as he charges up his energy and is preparing to crush Sonic. The other Resistance members, they come in jumping onto Zavok, trying to get the Emerald off of him. However, Zavok uses Omega's body to overpower the other Resistance members. Silver goes in using his telekinesis to hold his ESP to hold Zavok in place. But Zavok is really strong. The rookie uses the Burn Wisp to burn Zavok's eye, sending him collapsing into a mountain. But Zavok still remains strong. However, Shadow enters in as he uses Chaos Control to alter everything and nabs the Emerald out. Just as Zavok has all of his energy drained out of him, Shadow comes in and beats him up, using his powers and Chaos Spears, as well as performing the Chaos Blast, which knocks out Zavok. Sonic thanks Shadow, but Shadow states, "Don't thank him yet," and he tells Sonic to get inside Imperial Tower and to take down Infinite. We'll deal with Eggman later. He's somewhere in the tower, but we don't know where. Shadow also mentions that Eggman built this place and that only he knows, not his assistants or anyone else, where all of the hiding spots are. And here we would have Sonic's level being Morgan Canyon, I think it's called. And it would mostly play out the same. It would be a bit longer, I would say, in some parts. But it builds up to the kind of fight towards, well, Eggman's glorious battle. And we would see a lot of different things going on, including battles from above, the sky just exploding with energy. The battle has truly begun, ladies and gentlemen. It truly has. Sonic would dash on forward, beating out all of the others, crushing all of the badniks that lay directly right in front of him. And he begins to destroy more and more, crushing everything in its path, and destroying all of the badniks that lay in Imperial Tower. Eggman's final weapon, to be precise. But Sonic continues throughout this part, and he does manage to do really well. And he approaches near the end of the level. And as he approaches nearby, Infinite can be seen flying down as he prepares to meet Sonic. And here we have the cutscene where Sonic meets Infinite for the final time. And I actually really like this cutscene. There's nothing really that should be changed. And yeah, honestly, I think this cutscene is really fine, to be fair. There's nothing really wrong with it. And Sonic would jump in ready to fight. And here we have the boss with Infinite. Now this would not be another reprint of the Metal Sonic boss fight. It would be, in a way, a bit differently. Infinite would appear first of all front, but he would create multiple illusions of himself, and you would have to try and figure out which one is the real Infinite as he dashes along. He would fire out lasers charging forward, and you would have to get a good hit on Infinite in order to actually hit him. But he would he'd use these like a massive Phantom Ruby cube wall, and you'd have to avoid, along with these X's, these cube X's, you'd have to avoid as well. However, he does change up a bit by raising the platforms up. So Sonic would have to jump from platform to platform to tackle Infinite. And as he approaches, we get this cutscene. Infinite claims that Sonic's too late, as the Phantom Ruby has been recharged and activates its power. He tells Sonic to perish along with his pathetic friends. Just then the Rookie comes in, ready for a glorious fight. Sonic says, "Well, I've got my friends and we're gonna win." And Infinite would say his iconic line of friends being nothing but an illusion. You can only count on no one but yourself. And I really like this idea. And obviously, if you get hit by these get hit by the red cubes, it would actually alter everything, making it more dangerous. Infinite is preparing, and he is getting more charged up with the Phantom Ruby. Sonic and the Avatar notice this, and they continue to try and stop Infinite's power, as they know that he's becoming more and more unstable with it. Infinite claims that he doesn't need Eggman for this, and that Eggman will eventually win. He will win, and that the world will fall to him. Everyone will bow before Infinite. Nay, everyone will know the name of the ultimate mercenary, the strongest being in the world. Nay, the universe. Infinite then summons more attacks, but he quickly gets overwhelmed by Sonic and the Avatar, who then use a double boost and slam directly into Infinite, blocking him off, sending him collapsing onto the ground. Infinite begins to glitch out of control, saying that it's impossible that he was defeated. And Sonic states that with friendship and hearts, they can do anything, and that's something that he lacks. Infinite claims that he can still fight, and he will never give up, and he will not fade away before dashing away. Sonic is shocked. However, Eggman intervenes, saying that Infinite was nothing but a tool to the end, and that his master plan has just been put in motion, and that none of this is over, and that it's just gone into overdrive. Sonic and the Rookie look at each other in confusion on what it means. Just then, Sonic contacts Tails to see what's going on. Tails tells him that he's managed to get some blueprints of Imperial Tower, thanks to Shadow. And we find out that none other than there's a core reactor with the Phantom Ruby prototypes. Eggman made more of them, and that there are 4 of them, or maybe 3. And the Resistance tells them that they need to stop that. But Sonic tells them that he and the Rookie will go and take out that, while the rest of them, they kind of fight off the battle of the illusions and also all of the badniks which are coming out. They agree, and the battle with them continues as they fight off more and more badniks, from Forces 1s to hundreds of egg pawns to lots of them, really. There's billions of badniks. They're everywhere, basically. However, the Rookie looks around, thinking of what to do, and he notices that it's time to tackle the reactor. Sonic agrees, and the 2 of them decide to run. And they run through the factory, avoiding badniks and lasers and traps that Eggman set, caused, ready to destroy for the Hedgehog. And Eggman's announcements can be heard. He tells that attention to all Eggman Empire employees. This is before Eggman knew about the betrayal. And Sonic looks around and just kind of rolling his eyes at that. Eggman Empire employees? Wow. And the group would continue to run across the factory, passing through many different... There was one bit which is just making the badniks, a research lab, hundreds of these massive things. Sonic even wonders, where on earth are they going? Tails comments that they should be approaching the reactor bit soon. This place is like a maze. Eggman's made it way too complicated for, well, completely controlling it. However, Sonic spots a sign pointing to the reactor. And here is where we get our next level. Eggman Empire Fortress Final Judgment. And this is where Sonic and the Rookie are running down the massive, tube, while being chased by these drones to get to the final core reactor. With Sonic commenting on how big this thing is, that it could possibly go straight to the Earth's core. But this is probably where Eggman built this thing, way before the events of the Eggman War. And the Rookie also kind of nods. And this is where they have to take out all of the Eggman Empire Phantom Ruby prototypes, which caused the massive sun thing from before. It then activates the security defenses once one of them's been destroyed. As the second one alters, however, more and more defenses and security measures appear. After the 3 Phantom Ruby reactors are all completed and destroyed, the Rookie and Sonic begin to run away. However, they manage to double boost and manage to escape just on time. As they begin running out, with Tails commenting, "It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close." And Knuckles tells them that they can get out of there, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. They should be free. And then it cuts to the next bit where they meet up with Tails and Omega, and Sonic says that they did it. Eggman's army is done for. They're toast. But the ground suddenly begins to shake, and they then see above a massive mech. Eggman simply states that the Fortress Reactor was a decoy, and that he hid his true trump card till the end. However, Tails gets a message from none other than the other Resistance members that everything's going on, that there are more illusions of all the other past villains, more badniks, they've been doubling it. Sonic asks what has Eggman done, and Eggman states that he simply put, one of his Phantom Ruby prototypes into this. And Tails says, but that wasn't there before, unless Eggman didn't tell them? And Eggman says that, of course I didn't, and that this Egg Naga is the most powerful mech he has created to date, and that this mech will destroy Sonic, and he will still rule the world no matter what, as he creates a blast of energy. Sonic ultimately calls out Eggman's bluff, and he ultimately tells him that he will never take over the world as long as he's alive. Then we have the boss fights with the iconic, not Death Egg Robot. I hated that name for it. Instead, we are calling it the Egg Naga. So, for this fight, the first bit would have Omega firing back all of these little ball things back at the shield to break over the glass bit, while avoiding the lasers. And it would be quite simple, you know, Eggman throws these. Also, I like the idea of Eggman not talking in this fight, as I think it makes him more sinister, like he means business. And yeah, I feel like he should have another attack where he launches out, like his hands extend. But yeah, and then this bit where the glass breaks and falls down below. The Egg Naga, standing up strong, then activates its next form. The rookie is preparing to fight, with everyone cheering them on, saying that they can do this. Even Shadow states that they can do this. The rookie begins to pound the cockpit of the Egg Naga, completely powering it. Eggman launches out Phantom Ruby missiles and uses the other hands as devices to crush, to pick up the platforms and to throw them. Firing all these different other weapons and lasers, and of course destroying the platforms themselves. He means business, along with all these other major weapons, these Phantom Ruby weapons, just altering more and more. The Phantom Ruby's creating all of this for Eggman. It's insane what it's doing. The rookie manages to finally break through and manages to hit the Egg Naga really badly, causing it to depower. Sonic then congratulates them, thinking that it's all over. But the glass suddenly breaks and something is coming out of the main reactor of it. Just then, Sonic and the rookie remember what it is. It's an updated version of the Eggdusa, now being a much more different colour and a lot more deadlier. The rest of the team tell Sonic to go for it, and good luck, as Sonic, the rookie, and Omega dash towards the fighting off the Eggdusa 2.0. As they begin to crush it all, or the Phantom Eggdusa, as I think that would be the better name. But they would avoid the lasers and, of course, the changing arms and the multiple heads. As Sonic would slam into it, then Omega, then the rookie. Tails tells them to be careful and to be safe. Sonic would still homing attack and would do a kick attack, destroying one of the tentacles in the process. And Omega and the rookie would do the same. They rip off one of the heads and they destroy one of the tentacles. And the tentacles begin to change all around, as the mech does teleport to Null Space, and it changes the scenery around for it to fit more in with line with Eggman Land, to stroke the Doctor's ego, to be precise. Sonic would do more damage and damage and damage to it, along with his team just completely destroying the mech. Everything seems like it's going perfectly. The flow of momentum on everything. It's gonna be amazing. They're gonna do it. They're destroying it all. Eggman's mech. Eggman in his cockpit, as he still doesn't say anything, he would be furious and wants them dead once and for all. However, Sonic does manage to get the upper hand using some of his other technology, and his pals using other weapons, as they finally manage to get the final hits. Sonic says there's nothing that they can defeat together. Victory boost. And they charge it up, and with one small hit, they destroy the Egg Naga the Egg Medusa 2.0. The Phantom Medusa. Meanwhile, outside, the group begins to celebrate. Eggman's empire has been defeated. The badniks have been destroyed, and the phantoms, well, we'll get back to them. And everything seems to be going good. As Sonic lands down below, along with, well, Tails, the Rookie, and Omega, they're all celebrating. Sonic congratulates everyone on a well done. They've done it. Eggman's been defeated. The world has been saved. There's nothing that they can worry about now. They may have to fix the world, but everything's all good. And all positive. With Sonic giving a traditional thumbs up. However, Tails notices something odd. He notices that the Phantom clones have disappeared, but Zavok is still here. Zavok didn't leave the Lost Hex, he was teleported here, meaning he should be teleported back. And that the clones are, well, they're still here. So why is that? And Sonic begins to speculate, and the rest of the Resistance also looks into it. That they're not decreasing, they're increasing. Zavok and Chaos are still the only ones here. But then they look at Imperial Tower, and a purple electricity beam begins to grow massively, and the energy begins to fire down below, creating more clones to surround the Resistance, being overwhelmed by all of these phantom clones that begin to glitch out. And as they look up, a beam fires up into the sky, and one blast of energy. Sonic then wakes up and finds himself in Null Space, but it looks like a city. He looks confused and asks for anyone, but he can't hear anybody. Just then he manages to find the Rookie, and he's glad that he's not alone here. And as they begin to look around, they notice that it looks awfully familiar, like they've been here before. Tails and Omega appear, and Sonic asks where are they, and Tails explains that this is Capital City, where they almost failed to stop, well, Eggman and Infinite. Sonic is just confused on how this city was created. Tails suspects that the Phantom Ruby may have given Infinite the ability of creation. He's created this whole thing in a pocket world. Infinite then is there above Sonic and Tails, sitting on a throne holding the head of Metal Sonic, along with an emerald. He states that Sonic and Tails are smart, but their efforts are worthless in the end. Welcome to his domain, Null Space. His world. He then tells Sonic that he is branching away from Eggman. Sonic tells Infinite it's over. Everything's been defeated. Eggman's gone. Everything has been destroyed. Just give up. Give up? You think I want to give up being the strongest being in the universe? Infinite laughs at this as he gets up. Sonic tells him that being the strongest isn't everything, and that he needs to give up that power now. It's turning against him. Tails agrees, as the Phantom Ruby is getting more and more unstable with more further use to it. It could become properly abused. However, Infinite doesn't really care. He states that this power and me have fused together to the point where we are one. He then ultimately throws Sonic the Chaos Emerald. He tells him that your super form as Super Sonic is too weak. I don't need Chaos Emeralds, their chaotic energy. Forget their power. I've got something more powerful, more destructive, more devious in mind. Something with infinite potentials. However, Sonic looks down below at the emeralds, and Tails manages to grab the other ones. And, with enough energy, Sonic closes his eyes and he transforms into Super Sonic, ready for the final battle. The Rookie absorbs some of the energy as well and turns into Super Rookie, I should mention, with a cool super form. Infinite laughs this off maniacally, thinking, "You think you're the strongest one here? Don't make me laugh. I'll show you who the ultimate, strongest one is in the universe. I have my own form to deal with." Infinite's hands begin to glow, and boom! With enough energy, he transforms into Phantom Infinite. I know that's like costume from the Forces mobile game, but I love its design so much. Phantom Infinite attacks Sonic.